Okay, you guys, welcome to my channel, Life Lessons Learned. And here we'll be talking about all kinds of life lessons from work, home, your childhood, parenting, just many different aspects of our lives. Now, for those of you who know me or know anything about me, um, you'll know that I have three very strong loves that I've had throughout my life: reading, writing, and speaking. So reading as a child for me was just amazing when I first learned letters form words, words form sentences, and sentences make words. So when I was, really young, Dr. Seuss was my favorite author because the places he had you go and the things that you could see and experience were just, well, everyone knows Dr. Seuss, got in the hat, one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. All of the adventures he had were really fun and educational and entertaining. So he was really in my heart, my first love, even though I never met him and he's never met me. Duh. But so that was one thing. So as I was growing older, we all had we meaning me and my siblings, there were six of us, and so we had different chores each week so that we can earn our allowance. And the chores would rotate amongst all of us. So one week I may be the one responsible for the laundry and ironing the clothes. The next week I may be on kitchen duty where you're doing the dishes and making sure the kitchen's clean. The next week you may be vacuuming the entire house, things like that. Now, of course, in addition to normal household duties, we also had to, of course, keep our bedrooms and our closets clean and things like that. So a lot of times when my siblings would be outside playing, I would be inside stuck in a book, either a comic book or a history book or a fun book. I just loved reading. And it really, honestly, gave me an escape of sorts where I could, be or embody the person of the character that I'm reading about, actually, feel like I'm the one that's doing that type of an adventure and that kind of thing. Plus, I know this sounds really nerdy, but it allowed me to increase my vocabulary, learn new words, the meanings of those words, and things like that. So I was always excited about that kind of stuff. Now, one of my heroes in the back then was Rosa Parks. That's right. I have a statue of her. It sits on my mantle, okay? But and if those of you who don't know who she is, I get it. We're in a whole new world now. But if you don't know who she is, she was considered or known as the mother of the civil rights movement. So if you don't know her, just Google it. I'm not going to give a history lesson. I've done all of mine. Okay. So this necklace keeps falling. Um, it was my week to do the ironing, and that was fine. And you know how the ironing boards, you can raise them or lower them? Since there was a basket of clothes that I would be going through, I lowered it and I was sitting, as I'm doing my ironing duties. Well, my mother came in at some point and she seemed as if someone had just run over a dog. She was like, "Well, what are you doing?" And I was like, I'm it's my week to iron. And she was like, "Yeah, I know that. Why are you sitting down?" So I, I come from an era where the parents in that era did not believe in sitting down to get a job done. Okay, you need to be standing up. You can't sit and iron. You can't sit and do dishes. Can't sit and cook. I mean, you're standing doing all of these things. But I'm like, I'm going to be here for a while. And it's not that, I'm thinking to myself, it's not that big of a deal. But of course, you can't say that. Again, this is back in the day, okay, when kids didn't talk back to parents. And I was about maybe 12 or 13. So she's going on and on about you're just only a lazy person would sit down and iron. And then she's made a statement that I allowed to get me in trouble, okay? Because I'm the kid here, not the adult. So she said there's no one in history that has ever accomplished anything by sitting down. And me with my smart mouth said, Rosa Parks did. Yeah, I said it. Not as a smart ass, but I'm like, are you kidding me? Rosa Parks changed history by sitting down on a bus. But anyway, when I said that, and you guys, my mother loves all her kids. I want to say that up front. Sometimes we do actions out of haste. But anyway, she came over to where I was sitting and I saw her go like this, but I was thinking maybe she's reaching for something in the closet, but she wasn't. She was reaching for my ass. And she said, wow, right across my face. I was like, did Rosa Parks just get me slapped? Then I came to my senses and I was like, no, you just got you slapped with your smart ass mouth. But I could not believe it. I was like, come on, can't you appreciate a kid that loves to read, that knows about history, and could answer that question in a second about who changed history by sitting down? So I usually when I tell that story, I'd say to people, have you ever gotten into trouble for reading and learning about history? Then that's kind of not being fair because it's not the reading or learning about history that got me in that situation. It was words that I said at an inappropriate time. And some of you guys may say, well, that wouldn't be inappropriate. That would have been really nice. And what difference does it make if you're sitting down and ironing or standing up? Yeah, so I am kind of with you on that, but we won't say anything. So that's my Rosa Parks Smackdown lesson. And of course, this is life lessons learned. And we all knew, we don't sass our parents back then. Although, honestly, with all of you guys, I want to say this here that was not my intent. I was excited when she said that. And I'm like, Rosa Parks did. So that was that. I can tell you that responding to her after that gave me lessons to pause and think before I spoke. You know how they say think before you speak? So that was um that was very interesting and it did not take away my love for reading. And I just knew where, you know, when and what to say at times that were appropriate and when it was inappropriate. But this one is kind of a short story. It's just I wanted to bring out that incident that happened to me. And Rosa Parks is still one of my favorite heroes, even to this day. It's just something about the struggles and the um, things that occurred during that time period that allow us to be where we are today. Okay, you guys, this one was short and sweet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And really, with these lessons, like as I said earlier, sometimes parents do things in haste or in anger. So if you're a parent, which I'm sure a lot of us are, it just kind of gives you an idea of sometimes we need to take a moment to just breathe or pause, think things through. I'm sure my mother regretted having done that. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. Bye, you guys.